Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. Coffee time. I missed. All right. We're going to reverse engineer. So I want you to do the bypass law of attraction. Manifest by bypassing the law of attraction. Why? It's just a concept in your head. We're going to shift into that new person that has everything that you desire. Now, here's what we're going to do in this video, because this is where people, I think, struggle the most. They can shift into it and say, okay, I'm done with those negative thoughts and those questioning, how do I get it? All right, I've got it. So here is the very fun part of becoming that new person. We're going to take the end result that you desire and we're going to reverse engineer. Basically, now that you've shifted into, and you have to do the video of bypassing law of attraction first to understand this. Once you've shifted into the reality where you are the person and you're not questioning what's going on over here that you created. So if you have been broke your whole life and you now are the person who's abundant, you can't question the fact that you're still having to pay bills because you got yourself into that situation by choice, to learn something or by unconsciously getting yourself into it. It has to unravel, right? It has to unravel. There's value in that. It's just not going to go away. It's like, oh, I did all this stuff and I don't want to deal with it. No, you have to deal with it head on. Not struggling or open the cosmic telegram. In other words, open the bills. Call them up. Say, okay, I'm ready. My life is changing. I want to work with you. How do we work together? Face it. And this world over here that you've been battling becomes your friend. And it dissolves. Because the new person is taking it head on, is no longer afraid of that world, that reality that you had created. It now has value, and you say, okay, you know what? I don't have to be afraid of it anymore. We're breaking through fear, right? I don't have to be afraid of that person who struggled. I never had to struggle. I just had to take charge and say, okay, I don't need to be broke or sad or, in a bad relationship. I don't have to be that person anymore. What am I afraid of? Are you afraid of leaving a situation or a person or a job? Why? Leaving something that's not serving you? What's up with that? So let's go into creating your story. This is fun. All right, now you have to know who that new person is that you're shifting into. So stop this video. If you're not sure of that, then, well, you are the universe. It can't give you what you don't know. If you don't know, then don't worry about it. Just keep going until you're very clear on what that new person is, at least to some level. Now, I leave mine open. I know what I ultimately want to achieve, and I don't know what's going to happen along the way. I love surprises, too. Then I know I'm in good hands because the universe knows that I'm already that new person who has that final result, which is ongoing, by the way. There's always new things that happen along the way. So when you know what this final result is, if it's somebody with an awesome relationship that's, a really, truly loving relationship, abundance, you don't know how that's going to come, but you know that, you're done struggling financially, or you really want to love what you're doing for a living. Go see me on landriaonkka.net. You can go back to school online. It's actually a lot of fun and challenging. You can learn how to create online businesses. We got a lot of options. Don't put yourself in a box in anything. All right, so that new person wants to do what they love for a living, or travel, or whatever it is. That new person you now have to shift into. You have to become that person. That means you can no longer think about somebody who's trying to attract it. Because this person, why would I try to attract? So I'll give you an example. All right. I want a Lamborghini. How do I get a Lamborghini? I have the Lamborghini. And you have a Lamborghini sitting in your driveway. Would you do that? Would you sit and meditate on getting a Lamborghini if the Lamborghini was sitting in your driveway and you already had it? No. You get it? That's manifesting. You already have it. I mean, I know it's sitting in my driveway. I see it all the time, and I know that that is going to be part of my life at some point when it's appropriate. Right now, I don't need more vehicles. But I know what that next vehicle is, and I see it. I see the color. I know exactly what it is, and I see it sitting in my driveway all the time. I never question it. I don't even know when or how it's going to come to me or when the time is going to be right. I just know that that's in my future as a linear person, right? So you already have it. That's how you have to think. I want to be rich. I want to be rich. No, like that's like somebody. That's like Bill Gates going, I want wealth, and how do I get it? And like, dude, you're a billionaire. So that's how you need to think and act and know. And this is the biggest challenge because you guys aren't thinking it or believing it. You're thinking, I need to get it and attract it. Bypass law of attraction. There's nothing between you and that reality. Boom, you are now that person. What is it? You want to be abundant? I know that's a big one for you guys. Abundant? Let's use that one. All right, desire to be abundant. Okay. I now have to think as the abundant person, not like an abundant person. You have to be the abundant person. The abundant person does not fear anything. The abundant person is not dissuaded by anything going on around that appears that they don't have anything, because they know that they're unwinding this situation and that this final result it's going to appear in their reality. It must, unless you waver. If you're going back to the thinking as the other person, it's not going to happen. So let's talk about the story. So here, as this person, so here's the person over here that you were. I need to draw it, attract it there. No, I am it. Boom. I am it. Whew. What a relief to stop thinking like needy. Yeah, how do I get it? Now you're going, well, what was up with that? Whew. Okay, I'm not that person anymore. I get it. I was feeling that I had no power. Wow, that's sort of crazy because we're the power of the universe. But all right, had a veil over me. The veil is off, and I see what I am and what I have. Do my advanced quantum meditation. This is blowing people's minds. It's an hour long. Boy, you're going to have to sit very long. It's like that last 20 minutes you're going, okay. You got to hang in there. Because the longer you sit with that, and I help guide you through, the more you actually connect to and observe the quantum field. That's that power you are. And when you observe it, you know that it exists right now. You don't have to attract it. I need to, meditate. No, I am it. Boom. I'm observing it. What are you observing? You're observing the wealth, the abundance. Let's not get crazy here, right? Abundance is, my joy fell. Isn't that pretty? I made it myself. I need to secure it better. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to picture the end result. I am that person. I am that person here. So a lot of you think, I want to be this person out here, and I need to figure out how to get there. No, you have to be this person, and here's this path, this story, and you are that person. You are that person here, right? And you're starting here. You're not somebody else out here that needs to be this person over here. You are this person, and you just have to reverse engineer it and say, what's my story? I am now. I'm not the whining little, whatever over here. I am now this strong, confident person that says, I'm done with that life. I have to unwind these things. So right now I got to unwind a few things, and I am this person who has the wealth, who doesn't worry about money anymore, who loves what they do for a living. All these good things you've got over here, right? You're another person. So let's reverse engineer it. What was the story as you, the new person? What's your story here on your way to that big final result, which will then you'll have another one over here, and then you're going to go to there, and then you'll have another one over here. As the same persona, as the same confident, abundant person, right? But you're going to shift realities every time you have a new goal. All right, so this person that you now are shifting into, what's their story in this linear time? Okay. So I want to be abundant. Oh, all right. So, but right now I have gotten myself into some situations. I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to call all my bill collectors and I'm going to resolve this. I also have to make enough money to get myself in a decent situation. What is it I desire to do that's going to bring me into a position of abundance? I'm going to have to really go out there and explore some things. I'm going to have to really change a few things in my life that I'm not doing now. You know, if I'm waiting tables at a diner and I can't possibly make enough money, then I have to switch over and be a waiter in a high-end restaurant. And then the manager, and then maybe I eventually own my own restaurant. So that's how you tell your story. I want to be a restaurant owner. All right, I'm already a waiter in a diner. You have to tell that story. There is a story. And a lot of you, you don't want the story. You just want to go from A to Z. You didn't come here to go to Z. You have to learn along the way. Every wealthy person, every person in a good relationship has put in the work. Why are relationships good? Because they don't expect everything to be perfect all the time. They know that there are beautiful things within the relationship that make it stronger and better. A lot of people don't want to do that. They go running off to the next best thing, and then the next best thing, the next best thing. I know a couple people like that. They don't really want a relationship. They want a high. So be honest with yourself. If you want abundance, the kind of abundance that you might be asking for, you have to be the person who's going to put that work in, who's going to do things to be abundant. People like myself who work 12 hours a day, loving what they do, and all the rest just comes. Because that is that reality I shifted into. I am that person. And that person is doing what they love. And all the other things that I desire are falling into place. They keep falling into place. But I'm taking that action toward it because I already know I'm that person. I already see that thing in the future. And I'm becoming that person. I'm playing out that story along the way. And you don't have to have all the answers. But when in your head you have a story, and you reverse engineer it. All right, here's the final outcome. I'm going to take my story backwards. What happened along the way? And you start to tell yourself a story. And you know what's amazing? You may even do some specific things in there along the way and go, wow, I actually met, So you have fun with this. Say like, I just got up. So you might say, wow, maybe in the grocery store I run into somebody, who offers, an opportunity or whatever. And then, a few months from now, you run into somebody in the grocery store, gives you their card, and you go, oh my gosh. So some of these things specific things are actually happening. Because why? You have not questioned that you are that new person. You don't question it. You are that abundant person. You are that whatever. So it's sort of fun. It's like, how's this going to play out? So you start to have fun with the journey. But most of you are over here on this journey expecting to be this final outcome person. And those pathways are not connected at all. Those are two different people on two different paths. And this one's learning nothing. Battling, struggling, and going deeper and deeper and down into the thing they don't want. Why? Because they're still acting like that person who doesn't have anything. So you're reinforcing it. Those who have, so if you know you have it, shall receive more. Those who don't, they'll lose what they have. So this person on this pathway who says, I don't have, how do I get over here, is not the new person. And then they keep losing more and more and more. Why? Because they're manifesting, they're thinking that, they're manifesting it. Every thought. You go over here, you are now the new person. You are not even thinking once about what you don't have. Ever. It doesn't cross your mind. It's just, I have a situation I have to deal with, and I'm going to unwind it. Here's the pathway to me, the new person who's thinking completely different, who's confident, who knows, would never even go into that zone. That thought doesn't even come into your head. Ever. Ever. Never. I think we think thoughts don't count. That's where it starts. Why? Thoughts are a result of your belief. You can't have a thought without something triggering it, and that's a belief. And beliefs are powerful. If you believe you don't have something, you don't have something. You're creating your reality at every moment. Reverse engineer it. Write it down. All right, here's the final result. I am now that person. What happens along the way? And write a few things, because they will actually start to manifest. It's going to blow your mind. Yeah, some incidents like, all right, so I get an opportunity to do this or that, and then I run into that person. You have to be, so again, you can't want a healthy relationship with a healthy person and still act like the unhealthy person over here that doesn't have that. You have got to get your act together and be the person who is respectful of themselves, respectful of others, who cares, who's giving, who's willing to go through some challenges with that person. That's what a healthy relationship does. It's not the bull crap you see on television. Shut that down. The real life is a journey of growth and empowerment. Don't miss that. Reverse engineer your life, the one that you're going into right now. You are now that new person. What's your story? Write it down. It's pretty exciting. I actually have seen things. I see things and they're starting to happen. And I'm so not surprised. And now I'm working on other stuff. Right? And all of it's falling into place. All of it. And I don't always dictate how that happens. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I know I'm going to get some stories from you guys that's going to be like freaking mind-blowing, because the feedback you're giving me is amazing. Miracles. People have said that stuff before they even stopped watching the video happened, or they stopped watching the video and the phone rang, and amazing stuff is happening. That's how it works. This is not coincidence. There's no chaos in the universe. This is how it works. Pretty mind-blowing, huh? Amazing. You're amazing. You hold that power. You're strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.